It's April the 1st and the rent is due. US commercial landlords have been collecting tens of billions of dollars every month. Residential landlords are restricted on what they can now evict people here in New York. Some people, of course, many people are simply saying they don't have the money to pay the rent or the mortgage. The Cheesecake Factory on the commercial side says it won't pay rent until April. Won't pay April's rent, I beg your pardon. In a report it says the mattress firm and Subway will cut or delay payments too. And homeowners looking for mortgage relief. Well, all mortgage lenders of one description or another are saying that help is available. But as Mr. Cooper, which is a mortgage servicing company, one of the largest in the US, the CEO put out this video saying help was available, but you still owed the money.
Homeowners who can't pay their mortgage due to COVID-19 can apply to pause their payments. And this is called a forbearance. However, it's not a waiver and it's not payment forgiveness.
Bob Broeksmit is the chief executive of the Mortgage Bankers Association. He joins me now. Let's deal with that first point. It's forbearance, not forgiveness. If banks, mortgage companies forbear, then even if you forbear for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, the people are still going to have to owe it at the end of the mortgage life, and they're not going to have the extra money necessary. Doesn't it need to be forgiveness?
Well, thanks, Richard. Thanks for having me on. And Jay Bray from Mr. Cooper is correct. The forbearance is a deferral of payments, not a forgiveness of payments. And there will be ways that will be manageable for the consumer to pay that back. They can pay it back at the end of the mortgage in some cases. They can extend the term of the loan by the amount of the months that the payment was deferred. So it's in everybody's best interest to have this be something that consumers can handle once they're back on their feet.
Why not forgive the interest? Would it kill mortgage lenders to forgive the interest for the period that people are in difficult times?
Well, I think it's important to understand that even when a mortgage servicer does not receive the payment from the consumer, that mortgage servicer is obligated legally to advance it to the investor. So it's not a situation where the servicer can forgive the payments because the investor is contractually obligated to receive those payments. And because this situation came up through nobody's fault, through a global health emergency, it makes sense to press the pause button rather than to forgive.
No, but you're not pushing the pause button, really, are you? Because the people, if your business has gone out of business and you have no realistic way of earning money for the foreseeable future, you have a temporary avoidance of foreclosure and eviction because of laws, but you really are in it up to your neck. I'm not saying, sir, that it's, that this is easy. I guess I'm saying the deepest pocket should bear the biggest loss.
Well, I think that the federal government in the CARES Act that just passed has all sorts of assistance to the sorts of businesses that you've discussed, hundreds of billions of dollars made available in Small Business Administration loans, checks to people all across the country depending on their income levels, very much enhanced unemployment benefits. So there's all sorts of things in the relief bill that will get at the things that you're talking about. But from a perspective of the lender, it's not as if they have the deep pockets that would permit them to just forgive these things. They are working on working with the borrowers so that they can pay it at a time when they're back on their feet.
Finally, I guess there's no easy answers. Bob, I fully understand that there's no easy answers, excuse me, in what is a difficult situation. I think, though, that what we do need your assurance is that, from your understanding, nobody gets kicked out of their home, that a proper length of time is given to allow people to accommodate these appalling times.
Oh, absolutely. And we couldn't agree more. We feel very acutely for anybody who has been affected by this crisis all over our country. And the foreclosure moratorium is in full force and effect already. And while people are in these forbearance plans, which depending on how long the hardship lasts could go as long as a year, there certainly would be no move toward foreclosure for those borrowers. We agree with that completely.
Well, good to talk to you, sir. Thank you for joining me. Now,